Hello friends, welcome to Zaures Professional Academy's virtual study room of Fundamentals of Accounting. I, CA Anshul Agrawal, am over here to take up your chapter number 3 of Bank Reconciliation Statement. We have already dealt with the first two topics, accountancy and introduction and basic concepts, and accounting process, and now we are here on chapter number 3, Bank Reconciliation Statement. Before we proceed ahead, I would like to explain you one thing, that you would have seen that on an average CPT result is 25 to 30%. This means what? If 100 students are appearing for exam, that means 25 to 30% students are passing and 65 to 70% students are not able to pass. Now what does that mean? Does that mean कि उन लोगों ने हार्ड वर्क नहीं किया होगा, उन लोगों ने मेहनत नहीं की होगी? नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. उन्होंने भी हार्ड वर्क किया होगा, उन्होंने भी मेहनत किया होगा, पर फिर ऐसा क्यों होता है कि वो लोग फेल हो जाते हैं? सिंपल रीजन है, सीए एग्जामिनेशन इज नथिंग लेस देन अ चेस गेम. यू हैव टू प्लान योर मूव प्रॉपरली. बहुत अच्छे से प्लानिंग करके ही आपको हार्ड वर्क करना होता है, बिकॉज वो कहते हैं ना, इफ यू फेल टू प्लान यू प्लान टू फेल. सो हमें बहुत अच्छे से प्लान करना है, और इसीलिए आपको क्या करना है अभी समझ लीजिए. आपको अपने अंदर एक सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करना है और उसका नाम है स्केप्टिसिज्म. मींस व्हाट? सर ये स्केप्टिसिज्म क्या होता है? आप कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हैं, आपको हमेशा बहुत ही क्वेश्चनिंग एटीट्यूड रखना है. आपको हमेशा खुद से एक क्वेश्चन करना है, व्हाई आई एम स्टडिंग दिस, व्हाट इफ आई वुड हैव नॉट स्टडीड दिस, व्हाट विल हैपन, हाउ इट विल हैपन, and so many other questions. So again that question come to my mind when I start this topic is, sir, why are we studying this topic, bank reconciliation statement? So here the answer is, if you remember in the first topic we have seen, first and second topic we have seen accounting process. So I'll just revise that accounting process and I'll tell you what we have already studied and what we have to study now. So the accounting process that we have seen starts with an event. To that event, you ask two questions. Are you relating to business? And can you be expressed in terms of money? Correct? So two accounting concepts comes into picture over here. When you ask question, are you relating to business? The accounting concept of business entity comes into picture. When you ask question, can you be expressed in terms of money? The accounting concept of money measurement comes into the picture. As a result of these two questions, if you get an affirmative answer, yes, you have to check that, is there any change in financial position? If it's again yes, that event becomes what? Transaction. Accounting is never done of an event. Accounting is always done of a transaction. Once it becomes transaction, you apply dual aspect concept of accountancy, and you see what you are gaining in this transaction and what you are losing it, what's coming in the business and what is going out of the business, and accordingly you identify the accounts involved. Then you identify the nature of account, that whether it is a personal account or a real account or a nominal account. Then you apply the 3 golden rules of accountancy, and accordingly you pass journal entry. Primary recording of a transaction, journalizing. Items of similar nature are grouped together and recorded in the secondary book of account known as ledger. So the process of recording a transaction from journal to ledger is known as posting. That's what we have seen. And then at the end of the year, you either close your ledger accounts or you balance your ledger accounts, and you prepare a summary of ledger account, which is known as a trial balance. This trial balance serves as the basic ingredient for you to prepare financial statement, which is the ultimate deliverable of the entire financial accounting process. Don't you think so? This trial balance should be accurate. Now when I say accuracy, sir, are you talking about the arithmetical accuracy? Because that is exactly why we prepare trial balance. If your trial balance is tallied means what? Total of debit is equal to total of credit. It's an assurity that yes, your accounting is arithmetically correct, but conceptually maybe, may not be correct. So what do we need to do? When you have a trial balance with you, you need to confirm its balances, which is known as the process of balance confirmation. You need to check that whether the figures appearing in trial balance are actually correct or not. So what do you mean by that? So let's take an example of fixed assets. Fixed assets are appearing in your trial balance. So you have to check the fixed asset, physical verification of fixed asset, and you can get an estimate, an approximate idea that whether its valuation is correct or not. Let's take example of sundry debtors. I have a debtor appearing in my trial balance, Ram. It is appearing in my books of accounts that I have to take 10,000 rupees from Ram. Now, what do? I give a call to Ram and I ask him that, Ram, in my books of accounts, you are appearing at 10,000. In your books of accounts, am I also appearing as creditor for 10,000? If answer is yes, your balance is confirmed. There's no problem. But if answer is no, that means there is some error. My dear friends, when you find some error, you need to first rectify those errors, and then only you can proceed with preparation of financial statement. And that is exactly where your next topic comes into the picture, rectification of errors. Similarly, one of the very important balance that you need to verify is bank balance. Because business is all about money. And if you cannot manage your cash and bank balances properly, your business cannot be managed properly. So you need to manage your bank account. What do? You call up at bank and ask, what is your bank balance? If your balance and balance as told by bank matches, no problem. But the problem arises when your balance is different and bank's balance is indifferent, and that is exactly where we have to study this topic of bank reconciliation statement. Have you understood? So why we are studying this topic? Because we have to reconfirm the balances of trial balance. Specifically, we have to reconfirm the bank balance in trial balance. Let's understand what do you mean by the word bank. Please understand, we are going to understand the meaning of each and every word properly, meaning of bank, meaning of reconciliation, meaning of statement, and then we are going to enter the core concepts of this topic. What do you mean by bank? Now, when I ask this question to my students, you all students, so most of the students answer that, I tell you that, I ask, you tell me whatever you know about a bank. So they say that, sir, bank एक ऐसी जगह है जहां हम जाके पैसे जमा करा सकते हैं, या फिर हम वहां से जाके लोन ले सकते हैं. कुछ लोग कहते हैं सर बैंक में हम लॉकर्स मेंटेन करते हैं, हम लॉकर्स में चीजें रख सकते हैं. आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू आर रॉन्ग, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. बट माय डियर फ्रेंड, bank has a much wider role to play and not just this definition. So what I'll do, I'll start from the basic. What do you mean by the word bank? So I'll take the layman's definition of bank. For a common man, what is meaning of the word bank? A bank is a financial institution that deals in money. शब्दों पे मत जाओ, भावनाओं को समझो. दूसरी जैसी दुकानें होती है, शॉप्स होती है, ग्रोसरी शॉप, फर्नीचर शॉप, स्टेशनरी शॉप, ठीक उसी तरह बैंक भी एक शॉप है विच डील्स इन मनी. तो फर्नीचर वाला अगर फर्नीचर परचेज करता है और सेल करता है, तो बैंक भी मनी परचेज करता है और मनी सेल करता है. नाउ यू विल से दैट सर इट्स वेरी रॉन्ग टू से कि बैंक मनी परचेज करता है और सेल करता है. हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? हाउ कैन बैंक बाय और सेल मनी? आई एग्री. लेट मी कंप्लीट. When you say bank is a financial institution that deals in money means what? Bank accepts deposits and bank lends advances. समझ में आ रहा है? अब इनको देखेंगे इंडिपेंडेंटली डिटेल में. एक्सेप्टिंग डिपॉजिट क्या होता है, लेंडिंग एडवांसेस क्या होता है. तो बेसिकली बैंक इज अ फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन दैट डील्स इन मनी. Often people ask question that what is the role of a bank in an economy? So bank plays a very vital role in an economy. Please understand, the most important role that bank plays in an economy is channelizing the money or mobilizing the money. What do you mean by channelizing money or mobilizing money? Let's understand. 2 years back, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi have announced Jan Dhan Yojana. Under that Jan Dhan Yojana, he have offered bank accounts without any requirement of minimum balance. That means what? Any person who may not have even a single rupee can still go to any bank and open a bank account and avail all the banking facilities. He encouraged people. His special target was all the poor people, unorganized class of the society. He asked them to go to bank and open bank account. My dear friends, the result was very different. We never knew that our country's poor class also has so much of money, and a large amount was collected in that drive, entirely Jan Dhan Yojana. My dear friends, we all household people have lot of savings with us. The rule of financial management says that money kept idle is money wasted. अगर ये पैसा आप घर पे रखोगे तो ये बढ़ने वाला नहीं है, इसीलिए हमें क्या कहा जाता है, आप ये पैसा बैंक में जमा कराइए. बैंक में जब आप ये पैसा जमा कराते हैं तो ये पैसे पे आपको इंटरेस्ट मिलता है और ये पैसा बढ़ता है. तो सर मोबिलाइजिंग का मतलब क्या होता है? ये जो पैसा अकाउंट होल्डर से बैंक जमा करता है, बैंक इसका आगे क्या करता है? बैंक ये पैसा आगे लोन देता है. नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड द इकोनॉमिक साइकिल प्रॉपर्ली प्लीज. What bank does with that? My dear friends, this money which is collected from all the account holders is then given as loan to an industry. Industry उससे fixed asset purchase करता है, industry उससे material purchase करता है, industry उससे production करता है. Production, ज्यादा पैसा invest होगा, production बढ़ेगा, production बढ़ेगा, employment बढ़ेगा, production बढ़ेगा, supply बढ़ेगा, sales बढ़ेगा, सेल्स बढ़ेगा, रेवेन्यू बढ़ेगा. अंडरस्टैंड, एक कंपनी का प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगा, कंट्री का प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगा, जीडीपी बढ़ेगा. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सभी लोग अर्न करेंगे, सेल्स बढ़ेगा, अर्निंग बढ़ेगी, सैलरी बढ़ेगी, इंडिविजुअल इनकम, पर कैपिटा इनकम विल इंक्रीज, national income will increase. Are you understanding? So impact on society is tremendous. Bank has very vital role to play in any economy, correct? Now, the next word that we need to understand before we go to reconciliation, what are the various types of banks? Central bank, the topmost bank or the apex bank of any country is known as the central bank. Central bank is known as bankers of all bank. So in India, the central bank is Reserve Bank of India. Commercial bank and non-commercial banks. Those banks which are incorporated, set up with an objective to earn profitability, maximize profitability, they are known as commercial banks. Those banks which are set up with some special objective. Say for example, NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. SIDBI, Small Industrial Bank of India, Small Scale Industries Bank of India. EXIM, Export Import Bank of India. My dear friends, these all banks are set up with some special objective. So NABARD का objective क्या है? To develop agriculture and rural area. SIDBI, Small Industries Development. EXIM, to promote exports and imports. Scheduled bank and non-scheduled banks. Those banks which are listed in the second schedule maintained by Reserve Bank of India are known as scheduled bank. Those banks which are not listed in that schedule are known as non-scheduled bank. Public sector or nationalized banks. Those banks which are under the control of either state government or central government or partly by state government, partly by central government, they are known as public sector banks, also known as nationalized banks. In India, there are total 19 nationalized banks. You will study this concept further in the topic of money and banking of your general economics. We can take examples like Union Bank, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, Bank of Maharashtra, they all are nationalized banks. Private banks. Earlier, this banking was not so much developed, but now private banks has surpassed performance even as compared to public sector banks. ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, they all are what? Private sector banks. We could have never imagined such a great level of revolution in banking if private sector banks would have not yet came into the market to compete. Foreign banks, those banks which are incorporated outside India, but they are having operations in India is known as foreign banks. Take example of Yes Bank, take example of HSBC. What is HSBC? Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, HSBC Bank. Take Citibank, they all are example of foreign banks. Cooperative bank, as the word suggests, cooperative means what? To cooperate each other. This bank was initially formed with the objective to meet financial requirements of small group of people who are cooperating with each other. But nowadays it has taken place almost of a commercial bank. What are the major functions of a bank? Now the banking functions can be categorized into these two categories. One is banking function, another is non-banking functions also. Banking functions can be further categorized into three categories. Number one, accepting deposits. Bank accept deposits from the general public. There are two types of deposits, time deposits and demand deposits. Time deposit means those deposits which gets mature with time, and demand deposit means those deposits which are available on demand. I have an account in bank, मैं अपना पैसा बैंक में जाके जमा करता हूं. अब मुझे वो पैसा कल चाहिए, परसों चाहिए, जब भी चाहिए मैं उसे जाके मांग सकता हूं, निकाल सकता हूं. That type of account is known as demand deposit account. I have 1 lakh rupees with me now. अभी उसका कोई यूज नहीं है. इन नेक्स्ट 1 मंथ मैं उसे बैंक में जाके फिक्स्ड करा देता हूं. नाउ आई कैन नॉट विड्रॉ दैट मनी बिफोर एक्सपायरी ऑफ दैट 1 month. That type of deposit is known as which deposit? FD or fixed deposit account. The next function that bank has to play is lending advances. So accepting deposit is source of money for bank. Now what bank will do with it? Bank prepares various products out of it and give it as advances, loan to various organizations. Say for example, term loan, automobile loan covering 2-wheeler loan, 4-wheeler loan, personal loan, education loan, and n number of products bank has to offer. Now on all these products, bank charge different rate of interest. So let's take example of home loan. Currently home loan rate is 8.5%. Now bank is accepting deposit at 4%. Bank is again, understand, offering interest only on saving account and not on current account. Current account is an account specially designed for the businessmen, business people. So bank's cost of getting money is 4% and bank is lending it as an advance as a product of home loan at 8.5%. This margin of 4.5% is nothing but it is the earning of bank. Are you understanding? And this rate of interest varies. It depends on various terms. It depends on the lending rate, depends on CRR, SLR, banking rates, so many other factors, correct? The third banking function is miscellaneous function. Banks also perform certain miscellaneous functions like issuing DD. What is DD? Demand draft. Now what do you mean by demand draft? I need to make payment to someone. I can't pay in cash. I don't have bank account, so I can't pay check. Now let's take a live example. When you guys register for CPT course with Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, you need to pay registration fees of 6,000. There are two modes of registration. Either you can register physically or you can register online. If you register online, no problem, you can make payment using net banking. But if you are doing physical registration, they are not accepting cash, they are not accepting check, then what do they accept? They will accept a demand draft. You will go to a bank, you will pay them 6,000, bank will issue a document, instrument on the name of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in New Delhi, and that instrument, when you give it to institute, they can encash it. That is known as demand draft. Credit card services, very, very important, very prevalent these days. Issuing letter of credit. Understand what do you mean by LC or letter of credit. My dear friends, when you are undertaking a foreign transaction, means you are in India, you have purchased some goods from United States of America.
Now please understand, you step into the shoes of importer and you see what is the risk. The risk is that मैं अगर पहले उसे पैसा दे देता हूं तो क्या वो गुड्स देगा या नहीं पता नहीं. You step into the shoes of exporter and see what is the risk. So exporter के व्यू पॉइंट से रिस्क क्या है, मैं अगर पहले गुड्स भेज देता हूं तो पैसा मिलेगा कि नहीं पता नहीं. तब ये ट्रांजैक्शन कैसे होगा. एक्सपोर्टर कहता है कि आप पहले पेमेंट भेजो, इंपोर्टर कहता है पहले आप गुड्स भेजो. ये ट्रांजैक्शन कैसे सेटल होगा. ये ट्रांजैक्शन ऐसे सेटल होगा कि अब इन दोनों की बैंक्स इसमें बीच में आएगी. दे आर गोइंग टू इंटरवीन इन बिटवीन. हाउ. So if I'm exporting goods of 10 lakh rupees, I will go and deposit 10 lakh rupees with my banker in India. That bank will give me a letter known as LC, letter of credit. That LC I'm going to send to the exporter. That exporter will show that letter of credit to his banker in US. Now when his banker will verify that letter, he will get an assurance that if goods are dispatched, he will definitely get the payment. Why? Because मैंने यहाँ इंडिया में ऑलरेडी वो पेमेंट मेरे बैंक को दे दिया है. अब क्या होगा, अब एलसी मिलने के बाद वो वहां से गुड्स डिस्पैच करेगा यूएस, और वो गुड्स जब मुझे यहाँ इंडिया में मिलेंगे, मुंबई में नवा शिवा पोर्ट पे जब वो गुड्स मुझे मिलेंगे, गुड्स रिसीव करने से पहले मेरा बैंक वो पेमेंट यूएस में रिलीज कर देगा. सर अगर गुड्स नहीं मिले तो आई विल आस्क माई बैंक, आई हैव नॉट रिसीव गुड्स, don't release the payment. So this is again another facility which is offered by banks. These are all covered under the branch of banking functions. There are some non-banking functions also. Non-banking functions includes portfolio management. Portfolio management means what? Bank will buy shares and debentures, invest on your behalf. Bank is dealing in gold and silver also. Bank acts as your agent, agency services, standing instructions, and so many other things too. Correct? The next word what we need to understand is reconciliation. What do you mean by the word reconciliation? My dear friends, in order to understand this word in a better manner, see, it's a very normal day-to-day English word, but how we can understand? Reconciliation happens when there are 2 points of comparison. You can see over here. But these 2 points are not matching. There is difference in these 2 points. So what do you mean by reconciliation? You first identify what are the reasons of differences and then you resolve those differences. It is known as reconciliation. So अगर आपके 2 फ्रेंड्स आपके सामने झगड़ रहे हैं तो आप जाते हो, आप इंटरवीन करते हो और आप दोनों को कहते हो रुको, you keep quiet and you speak, tell me what is your problem. और फिर दूसरे फ्रेंड को कहते हो now you speak and you keep quiet, tell me what are your problems. So आप बीच में जाते हो, आप दोनों के बीच में डिफरेंस है, you try to find out what are the reasons of differences and then you resolve those differences. That is known as reconciliation. And then the last word what we need to understand is statement. What do you mean by the word statement? In order to understand this word in a better manner, we need to first understand meaning of these 2 words, data and information. What do you mean by data and what do you mean by information? Data is very crude, very raw, basic information. But when that basic information is processed, some processing is done, it becomes what? Information. So now when I have to give definition of the word statement, that the statement is a systematic presentation of a data in a tabulated formats between columns, having column headings known as captions and rows having row headings known as stubs, which is capable enough of generating desired information. So when the data is presented systematically in some format, some processing is done, it is capable enough of generating the desired information. So bank reconciliation statement taken together, what does this name means? There are 2 points of comparison: balance as per cash book and balance as per पासबुक, और ये दोनों मैच नहीं होते हैं. देयर आर डिफरेंसेस. We find out reasons of difference and we resolve those difference in a statement form, bank reconciliation statement. Correct? Now, we'll understand the background first. What happens when someone open a bank account with any bank? जब भी कोई बैंक अकाउंट खोलता है तो होता क्या है? Let's take example of a John, businessman. He opens a bank account with Federal Bank. Now what happens? John is doing business, bank has its own business. John is maintaining his own books of accounts, bank is having their own books of account. Now what do you mean when you say that John has went and opened an account with Federal Bank? So जैसे ही John Federal Bank में जाके अकाउंट ओपन करता है, John अपने बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स में एक बुक मेंटेन करता है, उसे कहते हैं कैश बुक. वो कैश बुक के रिसीट साइड और पेमेंट साइड में एक कॉलम ऐड कर देगा with the name of Federal Bank. Do you remember chapter number 2? We have studied cash book plays the double role. It's not only primary book of account, it is also secondary books of accounts. Are you understanding? So there's no separate bank account, Federal Bank account open. In your normal cash book itself, you add columns on the receipt side and on the payment side. Similarly, what changes will happen in the bank's books of account? बैंक का जो बुक ऑफ अकाउंट है लेजर, उसमें एक एडिशनल लेजर अकाउंट क्रिएट हो जाएगा, not on the name of John. Please understand, bank identifies their account holder with one number known as account number. So this type of account will open, namely account number dash 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 account. Now, what is a cash book and what is a passbook? So this is how accounting was maintained in the conventional or Mahajani or traditional Indian accounting system. But this is the outline of a cash book. It's a T format cash book, divided into two sides, debit side also known as receipt side, credit side also known as payment side, correct? What is a passbook? As I told you that बैंक हमारा एक लेजर अकाउंट मेंटेन करता है. ये जो लेजर अकाउंट बैंक हमारा मेंटेन करता है, उसकी एक कॉपी हमें देता है और उस कॉपी को हम कहते हैं पासबुक. हर ट्रांजैक्शन जो बैंक के साथ होता है, बैंक अपने लेजर अकाउंट में दिखता है और उसको हमारे पास अपडेट करता है पासबुक में. माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, nowadays after e-banking has developed so much, passbook is now becoming an outdated concept, and therefore there are something known as online banking statement or account statement or e-statements. Now coming back to the example of John and Federal Bank. So let's take an example that John is depositing cash into bank. In the books of John, what accounting entry will be passed? John is depositing cash into bank. Cash is going out, and who is receiver of cash? Federal Bank. So applying the rule of personal account, debit the receiver, and applying the rule of real account, credit what goes out. So what entry will John pass? Federal Bank account debit to cash account credit. Now you think from the viewpoint of Federal Bank, they are receiving cash on their counter. Debit what comes in? Real account, cash account, debit. Who is the giver of cash? John. Personal account, what is the rule? Credit the giver. So what entry will Federal Bank pass? Cash account debit to John's account credit. Now if you analyze this transaction, in the books of John, John is debiting bank account, but in the books of bank, they are crediting John. Are you understanding? That means prima facie, I don't know, but prima facie, can I say that there is inverse relationship? I'm not sure, but let's see. Let's take another example. John is withdrawing cash from bank. John is getting cash. Debit what comes in? Rule of real account, cash account debit. Who is giving that cash? Bank is giving that cash. So credit the giver. Federal Bank account credit. Take viewpoint of Federal Bank. Bank is giving cash. Credit what goes out. Who is receiver of the cash? John. So John's account debit. So again you can see over here an inverse relationship is clearly evident in the books of John and in the books of bank. So ideally when a transaction which is taking place between John and Federal Bank is recorded in the books of John also and in the books of bank also, that means there shouldn't be any difference in balance as per cash book and balance as per passbook, but practically it doesn't happen like that. there are certain transactions, especially timing difference transactions. What do you mean by timing difference transactions? Those transactions which takes place at a different time and which is recorded at a different time. Especially I can tell you, my dear friends, check related transactions. Now, in order to understand those transactions which creates timing difference, or specifically check related transactions, we need to first understand what do you mean by the word check. Now please understand what is a check. I have purchased a product. I have to make payment to the shopkeeper. Now I can make that payment in cash, correct? But I don't have cash. I have money, मेरे पास पैसा है, पर वो पैसा कहाँ है? बैंक में है. तो मैं वो शॉपकीपर को कहता हूं, आप एक काम कीजिए, आप बैंक में जाइए और मेरा नाम लीजिए और बैंक में जाके पैसा ले लीजिए. वो शॉपकीपर बैंक में जाता है और वो कहता है कि मुझे अंशुल अग्रवाल के अकाउंट से आप पैसा निकाल के दे दीजिए. क्या बैंक उसको पैसा देगा? टेल मी. नहीं देगा. क्यों नहीं देगा? अरे अगर ऐसे पैसा मिलने लगा तो कोई भी जाके कहेगा कि मुझे अंशुल अग्रवाल के पैसे अकाउंट से पैसा दे दो. बैंक ऐसे ही किसी को पैसा नहीं देगा. बैंक उसको कहेगा, शॉपकीपर को, डू यू हैव एनीथिंग इन राइटिंग विद यू? नाउ ही विल से नो. ही विल अगेन कम बैक टू मी एंड नाउ ही विल से मी दैट मुझे बैंक ने आपके अकाउंट से पैसे नहीं दिए. बैंक कहता है राइटिंग में लेके आओ. और अब मैं क्या करता हूं, एक राइटिंग में उसको लेटर लिख के देता हूं और कहता हूं कि अब जाके बैंक से पैसा लेके आओ. नाउ व्हेन ही विल गो टू बैंक एंड ही विल शो दैट लेटर व्हिच इज साइंड बाय मी, बैंक विल मेक हिम पेमेंट. दैट इंस्ट्रूमेंट इज नथिंग बट इट इज अ check. I'll first tell you what is the definition of a check. A check is a written unconditional order. A check is a written, it cannot be oral. Unconditional, it cannot be conditional. Order, it is not request, it is not promise, it is an order. A check is a written unconditional order given by the account holder, known as drawer, to the bank, known as drawee, to pay the specified amount, जितना उस पे लिखा है, on the specified date, to the specified person or his order, who is known as payee. The person who receives the payment of check is known as payee. So here I bought, friends, a specimen of check for you over here. You can see it's a check of an Axis Bank. Now 3 parties to check. You can see this check is drawn by Mr. Amit Sharma on Yukti Gupta. So Amit Sharma, who is the account holder, is known as drawer. ये चेक किसके नाम पे ड्रॉ किया गया है? युक्ति गुप्ता. और ये किसके ऊपर ड्रॉ किया गया है? एक्सिस बैंक. सो नाउ अंडरस्टैंड, अमित शर्मा इज नोन एज ड्रॉवर, एक्सिस बैंक is known as drawee, and Yukti Gupta, who is going to receive payment, is known as payee. You can see other particulars of check over here. At the top, there are 2 parallel lines. It is known as a crossed check. Crossed check means that check whose payment you won't get across the counter. You can encash that check only in your account. You can see name and address of the bank over there. You can see date of the check. What is validity of a check? A check is valid for a period of 3 months. After 3 months, the check becomes stale, expired. Pay, Yukti Gupta or order have been scratched off. Sum of rupees 5,000 only, and signature is done. Account number is mentioned over here, correct? There is, you can see 6-digit check number given at below, 026101, followed by the other banking codes. So a check is written unconditional order given by drawer to his bank, drawee to pay a specified amount on a specified date to a specified person or his order, which is known as pay. Now, how does it works? Basically, a question that comes to my mind is, how can I get payment of a check? Now, when you students do admission with Zavres Professional Academy, you also pay check. The process of encashment, I want to know. How can I encash this check? मुझे पैसा कैसे मिलेगा? बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सिस्टम है, अच्छे से समझिएगा. पहले हम ट्रेडिशनल सिस्टम, कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम समझते हैं, क्योंकि अब बहुत चेंजेस हुए हैं, वो बाद में देखते हैं. कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम ऑफ चेक क्लियरिंग, विच इज ऑल्सो नोन एज चेक clearing cycle. So we'll take the same example. Amit Sharma, drawer, who has an account with Axis Bank, Vile Parle Mumbai branch, who is drawee. अमित का पैसा एक्सिस बैंक के पास है. अमित को पैसा पे करना है युक्ति गुप्ता को. युक्ति गुप्ता इज गोइंग टू बी द रिसीवर ऑफ पेमेंट. शी इज नोन एज पे. अमित क्या करता है, एक चेक बनाता है और ये चेक देता है युक्ति को. अब युक्ति को ये चेक का कैश कैसे मिलेगा देखते हैं. This is first step. Yukti also have a bank account. Now Yukti has bank account with ICICI Bank, Shivaji Nagar, Pune branch. You can have account with any bank, any branch, doesn't matter. Yukti deposits this check with ICICI Bank, which is known as a collection banker. ICICI Bank, Pune Shivaji Nagar branch, sends one of their staff, किसी स्टाफ मेंबर को वो चेक कलेक्ट करके भेजा जाता है. आईसीआईसीआई बैंक में जब ये चेक आया, वो देखते हैं कि ये चेक कौन सी बैंक का है. ओके, एक्सिस बैंक. कौन सी ब्रांच का है, विले पार्ले मुंबई. ओके, और फिर वो अपने यहां से किसी स्टाफ को विले पार्ले मुंबई ब्रांच भेजते हैं इसका पेमेंट कलेक्ट करने के लिए. स्टाफ वहां जाता है, एक्सिस बैंक में वो चेक दिखाता है. एक्सिस बैंक वाले वो चेक देखते हैं और वो कुछ डिटेल्स वेरीफाई करते हैं. सबसे पहले दे चेक whether it is an original check or not. कहीं ये fake check तो नहीं है. They check the paper, they check the date, they check signature, account holder. Very important. वो चेक करते हैं क्या उस account holder के अकाउंट में बैलेंस है या नहीं है. और ये सब चेक करने के बाद अगर वो कन्विंस हो जाते हैं एक्सिस बैंक वाले कि ये चेक सही है, तो ये इस चेक को स्क्रैप करके अमित शर्मा के अकाउंट से पैसा डिडक्ट करते हैं एंड दे गिव दिस मनी टू द रिस्पेक्टिव स्टाफ ऑफ आईसीआईसीआई बैंक. फिर वो स्टाफ पैसा लेके फिर से आता है आईसीआईसीआई बैंक में एंड नाउ आईसीआईसीआई बैंक डिपॉजिट्स दैट अमाउंट इन द अकाउंट ऑफ युक्ति गुप्ता. दिस वाज द कन्वेंशनल और ट्रेडिशनल चेक क्लियरिंग साइकिल. नाउ गाइस, यू कैन सी द चेक, पेपर चेक वाज ट्रैवलिंग ऑल टुगेदर. वी विल डिस्कस व्हाट आर द की हाइलाइट्स और की पॉइंट्स of this cycle. Number one, physical movement of check. The check is physically moving from Amit Sharma to Yukti Gupta to ICICI Bank Pune to Axis Bank, Vile Parle Mumbai. More clearing time required. Now this was just an example of Pune and Mumbai. Can I not deposit check of Amritsar? Can I not deposit check of Jodhpur? Can I not deposit an international check also? Answer is yes. Then it means what? अरे वो बैंक का स्टाफ जो बैंक का पैसा कलेक्ट करने जाएगा, उसकी तो दिवाली हो गई. आप इमेजिन कीजिए, अगर चेक निकल गया कश्मीर का, चेक निकल गया कन्याकुमारी का, तो वो तो क्लियरिंग के बहाने छुट्टी बना के आएगा. ऐसा होगा? आंसर इज नो. यू कंसिडर द क्लियरिंग चार्जेस दैट विल इंकर. 10,000 रुपए का चेक है, उसको क्लियरिंग कराने में 2,000-3,000 रुपए खर्चा हो गए. इट विल बी सो कॉस्टली. You consider the risk of cash defalcation and manipulation. जो स्टाफ क्लियरिंग के लिए जा रहा है, अगर वो पैसा लेके भाग गया तो क्या करोगे आप? कुछ कर सकते हो? नहीं. गवर्नमेंट ने ये सारी चीजें ऑब्जर्व की, ये देखा ये सब क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. जैसे जैसे इकोनॉमी डेवलप हो रही थी, बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शंस बढ़ते गए, चेक के मूवमेंट्स बढ़ते गए, बहुत सारी बैंक्स, बहुत सारी ब्रांचेस, बहुत सारा डेवलपमेंट होने लगा. तो 2010 में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने एक सिस्टम इंट्रोड्यूस किया विच इज नोन एज CTS 2010, चेक ट्रंकेशन सिस्टम 2010, also known as ICS, image based clearing system. What is this CTS or ICS? Understand. What is the difference in the two systems? Understand properly. We'll continue with the same examples. Amit Sharma, drawer, having bank account with Axis Bank, Vile Parle Mumbai branch, drawee, issues a check to Yukti Gupta, pay. This check comes to Yukti Gupta. Yukti Gupta deposit this check with her banker, ICICI Bank, Shivaji Nagar, Pune branch. Now, physical movement of check stops here. How? पुराने सिस्टम में क्या होता था, आईसीआईसीआई बैंक का कोई रोल नहीं था. पूरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एक्सिस बैंक की थी, टू चेक वेदर चेक इज जेन्युइन चेक और इट्स अ फोर्ज्ड चेक, ऑल अदर डिटेल्स। अब CTS 2010 में क्या हुआ है, गवर्नमेंट ने कहा है कि जैसे ये चेक कलेक्शन बैंक के पास आया है, ICICI बैंक के पास, ICICI बैंक को ये वेरीफाई करना है क्या ये चेक का पेपर जेन्युइन है या ये डुप्लीकेट चेक तो नहीं है। दे कैन नॉट, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, ICICI बैंक अमित शर्मा का बैलेंस वेरीफाई नहीं कर सकती, ICICI बैंक अमित शर्मा का सिग्नेचर वेरीफाई नहीं कर सकती, ICICI बैंक दूसरी डिटेल्स वेरीफाई नहीं कर सकती, लेकिन क्या ICICI बैंक ये वेरीफाई नहीं कर सकती कि ये चेक वैलिड है या स्टेल है बेस्ड ऑन द ड्यू डेट? यस। क्या ये बैंक चेक को होल्ड करके ये नहीं वेरीफाई कर सकती कि कहीं ये डुप्लीकेट या फोटोकॉपीड चेक तो नहीं है? यस। Under CTS 2010, the collecting banker has to verify these details. If they think that the check is correct, genuine, original, they will truncate this check. Truncate. Dictionary meaning of the word truncate is to convert into digital formats. ये जो चेक होता है माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, ICICI बैंक उसे क्या करेगा, इसी पॉइंट पे डिस्पोज कर देगा और वो कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा डिजिटल फॉर्मेट में, स्कैन्ड फॉर्मेट में, और फिर ICICI बैंक स्कैन चेक को मेल करेगा एक्सिस बैंक विलेपार्ले ब्रांच को. विलेपार्ले ब्रांच विल रिसीव दिस मेल, दे विल चेक अदर पर्टिकुलर्स, whether signature is matching or not, whether balance is there or not, and if they find correct, they'll automatically deduct balance from Amit Sharma's account, and using online banking, they will transfer funds from Amit Sharma's account to ICICI Bank Yukti Gupta's account. Now you see, don't you think so? Clearing will happen in much faster manner. In the earlier system, my dear friends, in practical life, approximately it was taking 5 to 7 days, and in some cases even 15 days also to get a check cleared. But don't you think so? Under this system, clearing can take place hardly in 1 day or 2 days? Yes. Don't you think so? This system is very cost effective because they have shared responsibilities. There is no physical movement of check. अब बैंक के किसी स्टाफ को कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, कोई स्टाफ नहीं जाएगा तो कोई रिस्क भी नहीं है. समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों को? सो चेक ट्रंकेशन सिस्टम CTS 2010. लेकिन फिर भी यहां पे टाइमिंग डिफरेंस अराइज होता है. क्यों अराइज होता है? बिकॉज जब अमित शर्मा ने युक्ति गुप्ता को चेक दिया होगा, से फॉर एग्जाम्पल अमित शर्मा हैज इशूड चेक टू युक्ति गुप्ता ऑन 1st of April. Is it necessary that Yukti Gupta will deposit that check with her banker on the same date? Answer is no. Because check is valid for a period of 3 months. So if Amit Gupta has issued check on 1st of April, Yukti Gupta can deposit that check any time within that 3 months, 1st May, 1st June और 1st July. चलो युक्ति गुप्ता ने बैंक में डिपॉजिट भी कर दिया, जरूरी है वो इमीडिएट क्लियर हो जाए. देयर मे बी सम बैंक हॉलीडेज, देयर मे बी सम इमरजेंसी हॉलीडेज, देयर मे बी ओवर वर्किंग इन बैंक. हमने देखा अभी डीमोनेटाइजेशन जब हुआ था, बैंक्स वर ओवर क्राउडेड, बैंक के पास समय नहीं था, स्टाफ नहीं था काम करने के लिए. तो आपको नहीं लगता ये सब चीजों की वजह से क्लियरिंग डिले होगा? अब होगा क्या? जब अमित गुप्ता ने चेक इशू किया, अमित गुप्ता हैज पास्ड अकाउंटिंग एंट्री, युक्ति गुप्ता, अमित शर्मा ने, सॉरी, when Amit Sharma would have issued check, he would have passed accounting entry, Yukti Gupta account debit to bank account credit. Means Amit has immediately decreased his bank balance. लेकिन क्या actually बैंक में बैलेंस कम हुआ है? Answer is no. This will become reason of difference. Are you understanding? Now, let's proceed ahead and find out what are the reasons of difference in CB-BAL and PB-BAL, cash book balance and passbook balance. There are 3 major differences. One is transactions which are recorded in cash book but not recorded in passbook. Transactions which are recorded in cash book but not recorded in passbook. जैसा अभी हमने कहा है, चेक डिपॉजिटेड बट नॉट कलेक्टेड बाय द बैंक. I have deposited a check in bank, but since bank is having holiday, since there's lot of work in bank, bank could not collect that check. Timing difference, correct? Check issued but not presented for payment. Amit has already issued a check to Yukti Gupta, but Yukti has not yet deposited that check. So transactions are recorded in cash book but not recorded in passbook. Second reason of difference is transactions recorded in passbook but not recorded in cash book. अब ऐसे कौन से transactions हो सकते हैं? तो बहुत आसान है, direct deposit by customers. Don't you think so? You see, there are many facilities available. Even at Zavres also, we have a facility for outstation students, that if you are from out of Pune and you cannot come all the way to Pune just to take admission, we will share our bank details with you. Sitting at your home or wherever it's convenient for you, you can go to that bank and deposit fees directly in our account, and then you inform us and we will give you admission details. Direct deposit by customers. In this case, what happens? My money has came directly to my bank, but it's recorded in passbook, but it's not recorded in cash book. Direct payments made by bank under SI. SI means standing instruction. Standing instructions का मतलब क्या होता है, समझिए. There are certain recurring payments, like take an example of I have to make payment of my energy charges every month, I have to make payment of my broadband bill, telephone bill, life insurance premium, etc. अब ये चार्जेस मुझे पे करना ही करना है, करेक्ट? हर महीने मैं वो चार्जेस पे करूं, इससे बेटर क्या है? मैं बैंक को कहता हूं, मैं बैंक को इंस्ट्रक्शन देता हूं दैट ऑन 2nd ऑफ एवरी मंथ ऑटोमेटिकली पे दिस मच, ऑटोमेटिकली पे माय एनर्जी अमाउंट. कितना भी बिल हो आप पे कर दो. तो बैंक आपसे अब हर महीने परमिशन नहीं लेगा, बैंक ऑटोमेटिकली वो चार्जेस पे कर देगा. ट्रांजैक्शन विल रिकॉर्डेड इन पासबुक but it won't appear in your cash book. And direct debits made by bank like bank charges etc. बैंक ने आपके बैंक से बैंक charges deduct किए, they are not going to take your permission. It's recorded in passbook, not recorded in cash book. There can be much more examples like dividend collected by bank on your behalf, interest given by bank, interest allowed by bank, allowed means given. And then there are certain clerical errors. Clerical errors means what? I have two accounts in the same bank. One is current account, one is saving account. Actual transaction has taken place with current account, but by mistake bank has recorded that transaction in which account? Saving account. अब आप देखिए, इस मिस्टेक की वजह से क्या होगा? ना मेरा करंट अकाउंट का बैलेंस मैच होगा और ना ही सेविंग अकाउंट का बैलेंस मैच होगा. Recording a transaction with wrong amount, very important. It may happen that a transaction is recorded with a different amount in cash book and different amount in passbook, and then again it may create reason, it may become the reason of difference, correct? In order to understand this topic in a better manner, my dear friends, we at Zavres Professional Academy have developed 3 tables for you, and I can challenge you. If you understand these 3 tables in proper way, this topic gets over here only. Till now, till check rather, we were just understanding the meaning of the word bank reconciliation statement and certain terminologies. But now, we are now entering into the core concepts of BRS. So you need to be very attentive and you need to be very skeptical, correct? Table number 1, understanding the transactions. We are having 2 books of comparison, cash book and passbook. And there are 2 types of transaction possible. Obviously, there's no third type possible. Either there can be a debit transaction or there can be a credit transaction. Now understand. Cash book, forget about passbook now, just focus on cash book. Debit of cash book means what? So if you recall your T format cash book, the debit side of cash book is also known as which side? Receipt side. And the credit side is known as which side? Payment side. So can I say debit of cash book means receipts or deposits, and credit of cash book means payments or withdrawal. So what does debit transaction in cash book means? It means receipt, पैसा आ रहा है. And credit transaction in cash book means what? Payments, पैसा जा रहा है. We've seen in the beginning that cash book and passbook has inverse relationship. So my dear friends, credit of passbook means receipt or deposits, and debit of passbook means payments or withdrawals. Now you'll say, sir, how you can say there's an inverse relationship? I'll again take you over here, example of John and Federal Bank, where you have seen that when John has deposited cash into bank, John debited bank account, but bank credited John's account, correct? Similar, it happened when cash was withdrawn. John credited bank, but bank debited John. So my dear friends, out of this table, can I draw an inference that debit of CB is equal to credit of PB? Which means what? Receipt or deposits. Or can I say credit of CB is equal to debit of PB? That means what? Payments or withdrawals. Understood, all of you? Now, table number 2. After understanding table number 1, that was understanding the transactions, we'll now proceed to table number 2, understanding the balances. Again, these two books, cash book and passbook, two types of balances with us, debit balance and credit balance. Now we'll understand first, when you say debit balance, what exactly do you mean by debit balance? Most of these students get confused at this point of time. Debit balance का मतलब क्या होता है? Credit balance का मतलब क्या होता है? Debit balance, when debit of an account is more than credit of that account, an account is said to have which balance? Debit balance. And when credit of an account is more than debit of an account is said to have which balance? Credit balance. चाहे cash book हो या passbook हो, ये general principle change नहीं होगा. So debit balance means what? Debit is more than credit, and credit balance means what? Credit is more than debit. Now what we will do, guys, we are going to borrow figures from table number 1. Forget about column of passbook, just focus on column of cash book. Cash book, debit balance. What I told, debit balance means what? Debit is more than credit. Let's take figure from table number 1. What do you mean by debit of cash book? Receipt. And what do you mean by credit of cash book? Payments. So can I say receipts are more than payments? Receipts are more than payments. Receipt 10, payment 8. What is your balance? 2. Which 2? Plus 2 or minus 2? Plus 2. Can I say this situation is known as situation of positive bank balance, also known as favorable bank balance? Are you understanding? Cash book, credit balance. What do you mean by credit balance? Credit is more than debit. Again, we'll borrow figures from table number 1. So table number 1, cash book, credit means what? Payments. And debit means what? Receipts. So we'll replace this figure. So receipts are less than payments, or alternatively payments are more than receipts. Receipts 8, payments 10. What is your balance? Minus 2. Can I say it is the situation of negative bank balance, also known as unfavorable balance, technically known as bank overdraft? What do you mean by bank overdraft? Overdrawn. You have balance of 8, but still you are allowed to draw 10. Means you are allowed to overdraw. Draw more than your limits is known as overdraft. It's a temporary loan facility given by banks only to its current account holders. Current account holders are whom? Businessmen, correct? Now we know that cash book and passbook has inverse relationship, but still we are going to apply this principle in passbook. Look at the column of passbook, debit balance. Again, debit balance का मतलब change नहीं होगा. Debit balance का मतलब क्या होगा? Debit is more than credit. लेकिन debit कौन सा? Passbook का, और credit कौन सा? Passbook का. So again हम figures borrow करते हैं table number 1 से. Table number 1 में अगर आप देखोगे, passbook debit means payments and passbook credit means receipts. So debit balance means debit is more than credit, means can I say that your receipts are less than your payments or your payments are more than receipts? Answer is yes. Payments 10, receipts 8. It is the situation of what? Negative bank balance, also known as unfavorable balance. Credit balance of passbook. Credit balance का मतलब क्या होता है? Credit is more than debit. So again we'll borrow figures from table number 1. Credit of passbook means receipt and debit of passbook means payment. So your receipts are more than your payments. Receipts 10, payments 8, balances plus 2. It is known as positive bank balance, also known as favorable balance. Now my dear friends, out of this, can I make an interpretation that debit balance of cash book is equal to credit balance of passbook? Debit balance of cash book is equal to credit balance of passbook, which is known as what? Favorable bank balance or positive bank balance. And can I say credit balance of cash book is equal to debit balance of passbook, which is known as unfavorable bank balance, negative bank balance or bank overdraft. Table number 1, understanding the transactions. Table number 2, understanding the balances. Now we are going to mix these two tables and we are going to see table number 3, understanding the effect of transactions on balances. Two types of transactions and two types of balances और उसका एक दूसरे पे effect क्या होगा? We have two types of balances, favorable balance, also known as positive balance, unfavorable balance, known as negative balance or bank overdraft. There is a favorable balance. कोई भी book में हो, let's take cash book, passbook, any book, doesn't matter. There's favorable balance. You further deposit money, what will happen? Let's take an example. Favorable bank balance means plus 10. You have balance of plus 10, favorable. You further deposit 4 rupees. What will be your new balance? Plus 10 plus 4, 14. Can I say my favorable balance goes up? Correct? I already have favorable balance, means plus 10. I withdraw money, minus 4. What will be my new balance? Plus 10 minus 4, that will become plus 6. Can I say my positive balance goes down? Correct? Effect of transactions on balances. Let's take this example for unfavorable balance, negative balance or bank overdraft. My balance is minus 10, unfavorable. I deposit money, plus 4, minus 10, plus 4. What will be my new balance? Minus 6. Can I say my negative balance goes down? Are you understanding? My balance is minus 10. I further withdraw 4 rupees, minus 4. Minus 10, minus 4. What will be my new balance? Minus 14. Can I say my negative balance goes up? Are you understanding, my dear friends? Now, how to do with this? Let's take certain example. I say there is debit balance in cash book. Listen to me carefully. There is debit balance in cash book. And you deposit money. What will be the effect of transaction on balance? I repeat my question. There is debit balance in cash book and you deposit money. What will be the effect of transaction on balance? Now you think. Debit balance in cash book. Which table? Table number 2. Cash book, debit balance, favorable balance. And you deposit money. There is favorable balance and you deposit money. What will happen? Favorable balance goes up. Are you understanding? Let's take another example. There is credit balance in passbook. There is credit balance in passbook. And there is debit transaction in cash book. What will be the effect of transaction on balance? Think and answer. Debit balance in credit balance in passbook means what? Which table number? Table number 2. Credit balance in passbook means what? Favorable balance. Debit transaction in cash book. Table number 1. Cash book, debit transaction means what? Receipts or deposits. So already there is favorable balance, and further you deposit money, what will happen? Favorable balance will go up. Are you understanding? So this way, my dear friends, you have to combine your knowledge of all three tables and understand, approach the question properly and systematically. So table number 1 was understanding the transaction. The inference that we drawn out of table number 1 was debit of cash book is equal to credit of passbook, that is equal to receipts or deposits, or credit of cash book is equal to debit of passbook, that is equal to payments or withdrawals. We have seen table number 2, understanding the balances, where we have seen interpretation was debit balance of cash book is equal to credit balance of passbook. That means what? Favorable balance. And credit balance of cash book is equal to debit balance of passbook, that is known as unfavorable balance or bank overdraft. Understood? Now, my dear friends, when we have seen that throughout, whether it is table number 1, table number 2, or table number 3, there is inverse relationship in cash book and passbook. So can I make a general interpretation that cash book is inversely relationship with passbook? There is inverse relationship between cash book and passbook. So now, having understood what type of relationship they have, why there are reasons of differences, what is a check, what is a bank, and so many other concepts and information, now we are going to understand that out of so many transactions that takes place, how to identify those specific transactions which are creating difference in bank balance as per cash book and bank balance as per passbook. See, there are certain transactions which will not at all create difference. Especially I'll tell you cash transactions. Why? Because cash transactions are recorded on real-time basis. Again, take same example. John deposited cash in Federal Bank. So John ने जब बैंक में जाके कैश दिया, तो जॉन ने इमीडिएटली अपने बुक्स में एंट्री पास की, और क्योंकि वो कैश बैंक को इमीडिएट मिला है तो बैंक ने भी इमीडिएटली एंट्री पास की. मींस ऑन द सेम टाइम entry is recorded in cash book also and passbook also. So my dear friends, practically speaking, there's no reason of getting difference. But my dear friends, still we have seen there are certain examples where difference is created. Now, those transactions which creates difference in balance as per cash book and balance as per passbook, they are known as reconciliation transactions. Our now next job is to identify this reconciliation transactions. ऐसे कौन से transactions हैं जो cash book और passbook में difference create कर रहे हैं? The next thing that we need to see is how to identify reconciliation transaction. I have simplified this for you in 3 simple steps. How to identify reconciliation transaction. So take example, this is one cash book and this is one passbook. Cash book again has 2 sides, debit side also known as receipt side, credit side also known as payment side. Passbook, debit side known as payment side and credit side known as receipt side. Now, step number 1, please concentrate carefully. We are going to see questions on it also. Question number 1 and 2 of your ZPA material are based on this, but we will see it later on. Understand first. Step number 1 is comparison of receipts. We will compare receipt side of cash book and receipt side of passbook. Honestly speaking, if we received some money, it should be recorded in cash book also and passbook also. My dear friends, comparison of receipt means what? We will compare which side of which book with which side of which book. We will compare debit side of cash book with credit side of passbook. जो भी कॉमन ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं, जो कैश बुक डेबिट में भी है और पासबुक क्रेडिट में भी है, हम उसे टिक मार्क करते जाएंगे. जो ट्रांजैक्शन सिर्फ कैश बुक में है, पासबुक में नहीं है, वी विल लीव इट अनटिक्ड. और दोस ट्रांजैक्शंस व्हिच आर देयर इन पासबुक नॉट इन कैश बुक, वी विल लीव इट अनटिक्ड. ऐसे कौन से ट्रांजैक्शंस हो सकते हैं? डायरेक्ट डिपॉजिट बाय कस्टमर. इट इज अ रिसीट डायरेक्टली रिकॉर्डेड इन विच बुक? पासबुक, बट वो कैश बुक में नहीं होगा, हम उसे अनटिक रहने देंगे. स्टेप नंबर 2, सिमिलरली विल डू कंपैरिजन ऑफ पेमेंट्स इन कैश बुक एंड पेमेंट्स इन पासबुक. सो कैन आई से वी विल कंपेयर क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ कैश बुक विथ डेबिट साइड ऑफ पासबुक. जो भी कॉमन पेमेंट्स होंगे वी विल टिक इट मार्क्ड. Those payments which are appearing either in cash book or in passbook, they will remain unticked. Once we do first two steps, most of our transaction will be tick marked and we'll be left with very few transactions. But that doesn't mean they are purely reconciliation transactions. Why? There may be certain transactions which are recorded on both the sides of one same book. That means step number 3 we have to follow. We have to do intra-book comparison. What do you mean by intra-book comparison? Within that book, we have to compare debit side of cash book with credit side of cash book and debit side of passbook with credit side of passbook. Are you understanding? Sir, ऐसा कौन सा transaction हो सकता है? Can you give me an example of this? Yes. I have received a check from my customer, Ram. What entry will I pass? Bank account debit to Ram's account credit. Correct? Where will I record this transaction? Bank account debit. Bank account, I don't have separate bank account. Why? Cash book plays the double role. So cash book debit side में मैं ये transaction record करूंगा to Ram's account. इससे पहले कि मैं वो चेक डिपॉजिट करता था बैंक में, राम ने मुझे फोन किया और कहा कि यार वो जो चेक मैंने तुम्हें दिया था वो मुझे वापस दे दो, मैं आपको कैश में पे करता हूं कुछ दिनों बाद. अब ये जो चेक राम ने मुझे दिया था, जब उसने दिया था तब मैंने एंट्री पास की थी बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू राम अकाउंट क्रेडिट. अब ये चेक मुझे राम को वापस देना है, लौटाना है, रिटर्न करना है. मैं क्या एंट्री पास करूंगा? डेबिट द रिसीवर, राम्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक अकाउंट क्रेडिट. बैंक अकाउंट क्रेडिट, कैश बुक क्रेडिट साइड, पेमेंट साइड. अब आप अगर ये ट्रांजैक्शन देखेंगे, इट इज अपेयरिंग ऑन माय कैश बुक रिसीट साइड आल्सो एंड कैश बुक payment side also, but this transaction will not appear in passbook at all. So these type of transactions will get eliminated in step number 3 when you do intra book comparison. Sir एक और example दो ऐसा. Yes, ये लीजिए. बैंक ने गलती से आपके अकाउंट में 10,000 रुपीज डिपॉजिट कर दिए, मतलब बैंक हैज क्रेडिटेड योर अकाउंट विथ 10,000. भगवान करे ऐसी गलती सबके साथ हो, बट होता नहीं है. अगले ही दिन बैंक ने अपनी मिस्टेक सुधार ली और वापस आपके अकाउंट से 10,000 डेबिट कर लिया. अब मुझे बताइए, 10,000 इज अपेयरिंग ऑन क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ पासबुक, 10,000 is appearing on debit side of passbook. Will this transaction appear in your cash book? Answer is no. So ये transaction first और second step में eliminate नहीं होगा. ये transaction कब eliminate होगा? जब आप intra book comparison करोगे. समझ में आ रहा है? So after following step number 1, comparison of receipt, step number 2, comparison of payment, and step number 3, intra book comparison, my dear friends, जो कॉमन ट्रांजैक्शंस है वो टिक मार्क हो जाएंगे और फिर जो अनटिक ट्रांजैक्शंस बचेंगे, दे आर द कल्प्रिट्स. दे आर दोस ट्रांजैक्शंस व्हिच आर क्रिएटिंग डिफरेंस. दे विल बी नोन एज व्हिच ट्रांजैक्शंस? रिकंसिलिएशन ट्रांजैक्शंस. नाउ आफ्टर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई रिकंसिलिएशन ट्रांजैक्शंस, we have to now see how to actually prepare a bank reconciliation statement. Again, I have prepared 4 steps for you. Understanding these 4 steps will help you to prepare BRS. Step number 1, you have to select a starting point. Now, whether you have an option or not, it depends on question to question basis. In some questions, you may have an option to select a starting point. Take example question number 1 and question number 2. You can select either balance as per cash book or balance as per passbook as starting point. But there may be some questions where you don't have this option at all. Whatever all said and done, जो भी balance दिया है वही आपको select करना पड़ेगा. That's no problem in that. Step number 1, you have to select a starting point. Either you have to select or it is given. Step number 2 is you have to assign arithmetical sign to the reconciliation transactions. So in the earlier slide you have seen how to identify reconciliation transactions. What are reconciliation transactions? They are those transactions which creates differences. ये reconciliation transactions को हमें क्या करना है? Arithmetical sign assign करना है. Arithmetical sign means what? Plus or minus. Based on starting points, using some methodology, you have to see whether a particular reconciliation transaction will be added or it will be subtracted. Then you have to go to step number 3. Based on step number 2, you have to add or subtract the particular reconciliation transaction to the starting point, and then you come to step number 4, you arrive at ending point. Please note, if starting point is balance as per cash book, now balance can be favorable also, unfavorable also. Ending point has to be balance as per passbook. And if starting point is balance as per passbook, ending point has to be balance as per cash book. There's no hard and fast rule that if starting point is favorable balance, ending point should also be favorable balance. ऐसा आप कहीं नहीं लिखा है, ऐसा कोई compulsion नहीं है. Correct? Now, what are the methods of preparing bank reconciliation statement? Not very difficult, very easy part, but an important part. Please note that this part was not covered in 11th standard. If you compare bank reconciliation statement which you studied at 11th standard and which you are studying now at CPT level, it's very much simple except this one part which I'm going to tell you now. There are two methods of preparing bank reconciliation statement. Method number 1 is without adjusting cash book, and method number 2 is after adjusting cash book. What do you mean by without adjusting cash book? Whatever cash book that you have prepared, as it is you consider for the purpose of bank balance. Means what? You do not carry any adjustments in cash book. You simply compare bank balance of this cash book with bank balance of passbook or bank statement. If that balance match, no problem. If that balance doesn't match, you find out the reasons of difference and you prepare bank reconciliation statement. Question may come that, sir, what will be my bank balance that is appearing in balance sheet? मैं कौन सा balance लूँ? Should I take balance of passbook or should I take balance of cash book? Please understand. Think logically and conceptually. Balance sheet is what? Financial statement. Again, take accounting process right from the beginning. Balance sheet is what? Financial statement. Financial statements किसके basis पे बनते हैं? Trial balance. Trial balance किसके basis पे बनता है? Ledger accounts. Ledger accounts, journal and subsidiary books means primary books of accounts. क्या पासबुक आपका प्राइमरी बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स है? आंसर इज नो. पासबुक क्या है? पासबुक बैंक का लेजर अकाउंट है. हमारा बुक ऑफ अकाउंट क्या है? कैश बुक. तो मेरे बैलेंस शीट में बैंक बैलेंस वो ही दिखेगा जो कैश बुक में दिखाई देता है. करेक्ट? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय adjusting cash book, adjusted cash book? What do? We have our primary cash book, we receive bank balance, bank statement, we compare them and we find out that there are reconciliation transaction, means those transactions which are creating difference. लेकिन हम जब वो reconciliation transactions देखते हैं तो हमें उसमें से कुछ genuine transactions दिखाई देते हैं. Genuine transaction means what? Take example, errors in cash book. टेक एग्जाम्पल ओमिशंस फ्रॉम पासबुक. वो ट्रांजैक्शंस जो कैश बुक में रिकॉर्ड होने चाहिए थे बट नहीं हुए. सर एग्जाम्पल, टेक एग्जाम्पल बैंक चार्जेस चार्ज बाय बैंक. इज देयर एनी मिस्टेक दैट बैंक हैव चार्ज यू बैंक चार्जेस? आंसर इज नो. बैंक हैव प्रोवाइडेड यू सर्विस, दे विल चार्ज यू चार्जेस. देन व्हाई यू हैव नॉट रिकॉर्डेड इन कैश बुक? बिकॉज ऑफ द कम्युनिकेशन गैप. नो प्रॉब्लम. अब आपको पता चल गया है. अब आप क्या करोगे? स्टेटमेंट मिलने के बाद आपके कैश बुक में बैंक चार्जेस को रिकॉर्ड कर लोगे. डायरेक्ट डिपॉजिट बाय कस्टमर, यस वी विल रिकॉर्ड इट. डिसऑनर ऑफ चेक, यस वी विल रिकॉर्ड इट. माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू? वी आर गोइंग टू एडजस्ट अवर कैश बुक विथ एरर्स इन कैश बुक और omissions from passbook. We are not going to do any adjustment of एरर्स इन पासबुक. बैंक ने गलती से हमारे अकाउंट में पैसा डाल दिया. क्या ये जेन्युइन ट्रांजैक्शन है? क्या ये ट्रांजैक्शन होना चाहिए था? आंसर इज नो. हम इसे कैश बुक में एडजस्ट नहीं करेंगे. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू एनी एडजस्टमेंट विद रिगार्ड्स टू टाइमिंग डिफरेंस एरर्स. चेक डिपॉजिटेड बट नॉट क्लियर्ड, चेक इशूड बट नॉट प्रेजेंटेड फॉर पेमेंट. हम ये रिकॉर्ड नहीं करेंगे. हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ कौन से ट्रांजैक्शंस के लिए हमारा कैश बुक एडजस्ट करेंगे? errors of cash book and omissions from passbook. And after making these adjustments, we get a new cash book which is known as adjusted cash book. And that new balance is known as adjusted cash book balance. And now we compare this adjusted cash book balance with passbook, and then we prepare bank reconciliation statement. Question may ask, sir, bank balance as per balance sheet will be dash. A as per cash book, B as per adjusted cash book, C as per bank statement, or D as per bank reconciliation statement. The correct answer will be option B, as per adjusted cash book. Please understand, cash book is correct answer, but adjusted cash book is more appropriate answer. Passbook is absolutely wrong answer. I just told you, passbook का balance आप बैंक में balance sheet में carry नहीं करेंगे. Adjusted cash book doesn't consider timing difference transaction. I've already told you. Balance of adjusted cash book is compared with passbook, and then BRS is prepared. Statement. Bank reconciliation statement, please be noted, it is not an account. It is a statement which is prepared as on a particular date. So if you are able to recall the steps that we have prepared to prepare bank reconciliation statement, step number 1 was you have to select a starting point. So your starting point can be either balance as per cash book or balance as per passbook. Step number 2 was we were assigning arithmetical signs. Step number 3, we were adding or subtracting all the reconciliation transactions, and then step number 4, we were arriving at the ending point, correct? So if your starting point is balance as per cash book, ending point has to be balance as per passbook, and vice versa. Now my dear friends, again I am telling you, you should not mug up anything, you should not by heart anything, you must understand everything properly, cautiously, and then proceed with this topic. The topic of bank reconciliation statement is very easy topic and very important topic. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has nowhere mentioned that which topic is asked for how many marks. It may happen that there may be 2 or 3 questions on this topic, or there may not be any question, or there may be even 5 questions on this topic. The only point here I want to say you guys is, if you consider each topic independently and separately, and you plan, you aim that ये topic मैं अच्छे से करूँगा, ये टॉपिक मैं पूरा करूँगा, और इस टॉपिक में मैं सबसे ज़्यादा मैक्सिमम स्कोर करूँगा, तो आप अच्छा स्कोर कर पाएंगे. We are just left with one concept in this topic now, and we are yet to understand how to assign arithmetical sign. So what we will do now is, we'll begin with the questions, and as soon as we progress ahead with the questions, simultaneously we'll understand how to assign arithmetical signs also, correct? Now, I'm going to refer your ZPA study material. You can see your ZPA study material, page number 35, your practical problem starts. Question number 1, from the following extracts from the cash book and passbook for the month of January 2017, prepare bank reconciliation statement as on 31st January 2017. Now my dear friends, if you see in this question, you have been given a cash book and you have been given a passbook, correct? The question says that you have to prepare bank reconciliation statement as on 31st January 2017. Okay. Now what to do? Recall your steps of preparing BRS. What was step number 1? Select a starting point. Now if you pay attention in this particular question, my dear friends, we have balance as per cash book also, balance as per passbook also. But क्योंकि ये पहला question है, let's go very properly, very slowly, understand each and every part of your cash book and your passbook properly. Let's see. This is cash book. The above one is cash book. As you can see, it has a center line. This cash book is divided into 2 sides, debit side and credit side. So what do you say debit side of cash book? Can I say debit side of cash book is also known as receipt side? and credit side of cash book is known as which side? Payment side. Very good. Correct? It becomes easy for us to understand. पहला क्वेश्चन है, यहां पे रिकंसिलेशन ट्रांजैक्शंस नहीं दिए हैं, हमें खुद को रिकंसिलेशन ट्रांजैक्शंस आइडेंटिफाई करना है. ठीक है, हमने स्टेप्स देखे हैं कि रिकंसिलेशन ट्रांजैक्शन आइडेंटिफाई कैसे किए जाते हैं. वी आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई, बट पहले हम ये पूरा फॉर्मेट स्टडी करते हैं. सो कैश बुक टू साइड्स, डेबिट साइड, रिसीट साइड, क्रेडिट साइड, पेमेंट साइड. ओके, यू कैन सी ओवर हियर this cash book is given for January 2017, for the month of January 2017, and here it is given to balance brought down. What it is? To balance BD. BD means brought down. What does it mean? It means, can I say it is opening balance? Correct. And if you see on credit side, you can see by balance carried down. What exactly it is? Can I say, friends, it is closing balance? Yes. Now the question that arises is, sir, when you are asked to prepare bank reconciliation statement on 31st January 2017, we are required to consider which balance? Are we supposed to consider balance on 1st January or 31st January? Without any doubt, you are supposed to consider balance as on 31st January. That means what? We are going to compare bank balance as per cash book on 31st Jan and bank balance as per passbook on 31st Jan. Let us see. Now, let's come to the passbook now. You can see passbook, it has its own format. It's not prepared in T format. Please understand, date, particulars, withdrawal, deposit, debit or credit, and then balance. Now, recall your table number 1, understanding the transaction. Passbook debit means what? We have seen cash book debit means receipts or deposit. Cash book credit means payments or withdrawal. We know there is inverse relationship between cash book and passbook. So अगर cash book का credit होता है payments और withdrawal, तो passbook का debit क्या होगा? Payments और withdrawal. So आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं withdrawal. Can I write debit over here? Yes. And when I say deposit, can I write credit over here? So can I say withdrawal column is nothing but debit side of passbook and deposit column is nothing but credit side of passbook, correct? So now we have all 4 sides with us. Before we prepare reconciliation statement, we need to do what? Identify reconciliation transactions. We have noted down the steps to identify reconciliation transaction. Let's have look to those step once. Comparison of receipts. We'll compare debit side of cash book with credit side of passbook. Step number 2 is comparison of payments. We'll compare credit side of cash book with debit side of passbook. And then step number 3 is intra-book comparison. We'll compare debit side of cash book with credit side of cash book and debit side of passbook with credit side of passbook. Now let's move back to this question. Now, जो भी common transactions होंगे, we are going to tick mark those transactions as told earlier, और जो भी unticked transactions होंगे वो हमारे क्या होंगे? reconciliation transactions. उसका treatment हम बाद में देखते हैं. Now my dear friends, we'll start 2017. We'll take cash book as base and we'll compare it with passbook. January 1st, opening balance as per cash book is 45,100. Okay. Go to your passbook and check what is balance on 1st January 2017. So you will see it is also 45,100. So I will tick mark 45,100 in cash book, 45,100 in passbook. Sir, ये उल्टा tick क्यों किया है आपने? At CPT level, you won't understand. But let me tell you, this tick is known as an auditor's tick. Going forward, when you'll become chartered accountant, you will become an auditor. Auditor means the one who verifies your accounts, checks your accounts. So when an auditor checks your account, he places tick in this way, which is known as an auditor's tick. Correct? So my opening balance is matching, no problem at all. Now I'll start from debit side of cash book, that is receipt side. On 3rd January, there is a transaction appearing to cash 3,000. Now we'll make journal entry out of it. Cash book. Cash book is nothing, can I say it is your bank account? So बैंक अकाउंट के डेबिट में दिख रहा है टू कैश, तो जर्नल एंट्री क्या होगी? बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश अकाउंट क्रेडिट. बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश अकाउंट क्रेडिट, मतलब ट्रांजैक्शन क्या हुआ होगा? कैन आई से कैश डिपॉजिटेड इनटू बैंक? सी नॉर्मली अभी तक हम क्या करते हैं, पहले हमें ट्रांजैक्शन दिया होता है, हम उसके बेसिस पे जर्नल एंट्री बनाते हैं और फिर लेजर पोस्टिंग करते हैं. हम यहाँ उल्टा कर रहे हैं, हम लेजर के बेसिस पे जर्नल और जर्नल के बेसिस पे ट्रांजैक्शन बना रहे हैं. सो ट्रांजैक्शन इज अपियरिंग ऑन कैश बुक डेबिट. कैश बुक इज नथिंग बट योर बैंक अकाउंट. बैंक अकाउंट के डेबिट में दिख रहा है टू कैश अकाउंट, मींस व्हाट इज योर जर्नल एंट्री? बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश अकाउंट क्रेडिट. नाउ हाउ टू मेक ट्रांजैक्शन आउट ऑफ इट? बैंक अकाउंट, नेचर ऑफ बैंक अकाउंट इज पर्सनल अकाउंट. पर्सनल अकाउंट डेबिट हुआ है. पर्सनल अकाउंट डेबिट कब होता है? व्हाट इज द रूल ऑफ पर्सनल अकाउंट? डेबिट द रिसीवर. कैश अकाउंट क्रेडिट हुआ है. कैश है रियल अकाउंट. रियल अकाउंट क्रेडिट कब होता है? क्रेडिट व्हाट गोस आउट. So bank is the receiver and cash is going out. Can I say cash deposited into bank? Yes. So now see 3,000 you deposited on 3rd January. I told you ideally cash transactions are recorded on real time basis. Check your passbook credit side. Step number 1, compare debit side of cash book with credit side of passbook. So check 3,000, is it appearing in your passbook? Yes. So tick mark 3,000, no problem. 10th January to B and Company. What is the journal entry for this? Bank account debit to B and Company account credit. What is the transaction? So bank account, personal account. B and Company account is also personal account. अरे वाह, इससे बेस्ट और क्या होगा? दोनों पर्सनल अकाउंट है. चलिए पर्सनल अकाउंट का रूल रिवाइज करते हैं एक बार. क्या है रूल? डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर. वेरी गुड. सो बैंक अकाउंट इज डेबिटेड, means bank is receiver. B and company account is credited, मतलब B and company account is giver. Transaction क्या होगा? Bank is receiver, B and company is giver. Bank means check. Can I say check given by B and company deposited into बैंक. नाउ अब हम बैंक में जाके देखते हैं क्या ये चेक क्लियर हुआ है. 10th जनवरी बी एन कंपनी का 10,000. सिर्फ अमाउंट्स नहीं, अकाउंट्स भी चेक करना है. चेक योर डिपॉजिट साइड, क्रेडिट साइड. आई कैन सी 23,000, आई कैन सी 6,000, आई कैन सी 3,000, आई कैन नॉट सी 10,000. मतलब ये चेक जो हमको 10th जनवरी को बी एन कंपनी से मिला है, हमने बैंक में डिपॉजिट किया है, पर 31 जनवरी तक वो क्लियर नहीं हुआ है. I cannot say surely, but yes, at the moment it appears that it may be our reconciliation transaction. Don't tick mark it, leave it as it is. Next transaction, January 15th to A&M Company, 23,000. What journal entry can we make out of it? Bank account debit to A&M Company. Transaction remains same. Check given by A&M Company, deposited into bank, but not cleared. Not cleared or cleared? Let's see. 23,000 का चेक है. चेक करो. सिर्फ अमाउंट चेक नहीं करना है. ऑल्सो चेक द अकाउंट नेम. कैन यू सी A&M Company 23,000 इन पासबुक? यस. टिक मार्क 23,000 in cash book, 23,000 in passbook. Again, there is a cash transaction on 17 January of 6,000. Bank account debit to cash account credit 6,000. Check, it's appearing in passbook. Tick mark that. On 20th of January, to ZN Brothers. Come on, quickly. Journal entry. Bank account debit to ZN Brothers account credit. What is the transaction? Check received from ZN Company, deposited into bank. Now let us see whether it is cleared or not. 15,500 का check बैंक के क्रेडिट साइड में, डिपॉजिट्स में नहीं दिख रहा है. एज इट इज रहने दीजिए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. जनवरी 24 पी एंड कंपनी 7,400. क्या वो चेक आपको दिख रहा है पासबुक क्रेडिट साइड, डिपॉजिट साइड? नहीं, वो भी पेंडिंग है. एस एंड सन्स 21,300 का चेक है. क्या ये भी आपको दिख रहा है? नहीं. फ्रेंड्स, मैं यहाँ पे एक लॉजिकली आपको चीज बताना चाहता हूं. अगर आप एस एंड सन्स का चेक देखेंगे, ये आपने किस डेट पे डिपॉजिट किया है? 31st January. Means can I say last day of the month? So जब आपने चेक डिपॉजिट ही 31st जनवरी को किया है तो वो क्लियर कैसे होगा? We have seen check clearing cycle conventional also and CTS 2010 also. अब आप कहेंगे सर अभी कौन सा साइकिल एप्लीकेबल है? Old system, conventional system has gone. Now CTS 2010 is applicable. So my dear friends, if you see, we are done with step number 1. What was step number 1? Comparison of receipts. We have compared debit of cash book with credit of passbook, correct? And accordingly you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 transactions are unticked. Now we'll move to step number 2. What is step number 2? Comparison of payments. We are going to compare comparison of receipt side, step number 1. Now we are going to move to step number 2, comparison of payments. Comparison of payments means what? We are going to compare credit side of cash book with debit side of passbook, correct? So let's see. On credit side of cash book, payment side, you can see January 2 by X and company. What is journal entry for this? Now since this transaction is appearing on credit of cash book means bank account. So bank account credit हुआ है और debit क्या हुआ है? X and company account. So what is your journal entry? X and company account debit to bank account credit. Now X and company is a personal account. Bank is also a personal account. So applying the rule of personal account, can I say X and company is receiver and bank is giver? Yes. Means transactions क्या हुआ है? Transaction हुआ क्या है? हमने X and company को चेक दिया होगा. चेक इशू टू X and company. अब देखते हैं क्या वो चेक बैंक में क्लियर हुआ है या नहीं. So if you check 12,300 का चेक आपको पासबुक में भी दिखाई देगा X and company के नाम से, मतलब वो चेक बिल्कुल क्लियर हुआ है. 6th जनवरी को 30,000 का कैश ट्रांजेक्शन दिख रहा है. What is the journal entry for that? Bank account is credited, cash account is debited. कैश डेबिट हुआ है. रियल अकाउंट डेबिट कब होता है? डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन. कैन आई से कैश इज कमिंग इन द बिजनेस? यस. एंड हु इज गिविंग दैट कैश? हु इज गिवर? बैंक इज द गिवर. सो योर जर्नल एंट्री इज कैश अकाउंट डेबिट टू बैंक अकाउंट क्रेडिट. ट्रांजैक्शन क्या हुआ है? कैन आई से कैश विड्रॉन फ्रॉम बैंक? Yes, ideally cash transaction should appear on the same date. So check 30,000 is appearing in cash book, 30,000 is appearing in passbook. Then B and company 10,000. Check, is it appearing in debit side, on debit side of passbook? No, leave it as it is. V and company 3,000. No. Y and sons 4,700. 4,700. Cash 4,000. Yes. And then R and company 7,800. B and brothers 3,400. Friends, ideally these two checks will not appear in passbook today because logically if you think both of these checks were issued on what date? They were issued on 31st of January, means last day of the month, means the date when we are preparing BRS. तो जब हमने चेक इशू ही 31st जनवरी को किया है, there are very less chances कि वो चेक सेम डे क्लियर हो. So आप accordingly देख सकते हैं वो पासबुक में अपियर नहीं हो रहा है. Now we are done with comparison of receipts, step number 1. We are done with comparison of payment, step number 2. आप देखेंगे most of the transactions have already been tick marked. अब सिर्फ वही ट्रांजेक्शंस बचे हैं जो आइदर कैश बुक में अपियर हो रहे हैं या पासबुक में, लेकिन हम उनको रिकंसिलिएशन ट्रांजेक्शंस नहीं कह सकते. क्यों नहीं कह सकते? बिकॉज अभी स्टेप नंबर 3 बाकी है. व्हाट इज स्टेप नंबर 3? इंट्रा बुक कंपैरिजन. Friends, we have to compare debit side of cash book with credit side of cash book. But which transactions? Only unticked transaction. So if you come to debit side of cash book, you can see unticked transaction on January 10th, B and company 10,000. Check, is there any corresponding entry of 10,000 on the name of B and company appearing on credit side of cash book? So if you see January 14th by B and company 10,000 and there's a note given over there. क्या है वो transaction? Check dishonored. क्या transaction होगा? B and company ने हमें एक चेक दिया था 10th जनवरी को जो हमने डिपॉजिट किया था, लेकिन इससे पहले कि वो चेक बैंक में क्लियर होता वो चेक डिसऑनर हो गया, इसीलिए वो पासबुक में अपेयर नहीं हो रहा था. बट इज इट अपेयरिंग ऑन बोथ दी साइड्स ऑफ कैश बुक? Yes. Therefore, we will again tick mark 10,000 on receipt side, 10,000 on payment side. Check next. Z and Brothers 15,500. Is it appearing on cash book credit side? No. P and Company, is it appearing? No. S and Sons, is it appearing? No. So we are done with intra-book comparison of cash book. Similarly, you can check the transactions appearing on payment side also. There is V and Company 3,000, R and Company and B and Brothers. They all are not appearing on receipt side. So they are purely reconciliation transactions. We need to also do इंट्रा बुक कंपैरिजन ऑफ पासबुक. जैसे हमने कैश बुक की दोनों साइड्स को कंपेयर किया, ठीक उसी तरह अब हमें पासबुक की भी दोनों साइड्स को एक दूसरे से कंपेयर करना है. तो पासबुक में अगर आप देखेंगे तो अनटिक ट्रांजैक्शंस क्या है. डेबिट साइड में 100 रुपीज टू बैंक चार्जेस. क्या उसका आपको क्रेडिट साइड में कोई इफेक्ट दिख रहा है? नो. टू लाइफ इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम as per instructions, bank has paid life insurance premium 2,500. Is it reversed on credit side? No. And buy interest on government securities 3,000. Again, is it reversed on debit side? No. So my dear friends, अब हमारे पास ये जितने भी अनटिक्ड ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं, ये सब हमारे प्योरली एंड प्योरली कौन से ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं? रिकंसिलिएशन ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं. करेक्ट. So now we'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't take 56, 100. It is your closing balance. That's not reconciliation transactions. 100, 2,500 and 3,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 reconciliation transactions we have identified. Correct. Now let us write down what are these transactions before we actually come and prepare the bank reconciliation statement. 3 transactions are falling on cash book debit side. Cash book is nothing but it is your bank account. Bank account debit to Z and Brothers, to P and Company, to S and Sons. These all 3 are personal account. Bank also is a personal account. What is rule of personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. मतलब हमारी बैंक, हमारा बैंक अकाउंट रिसीवर है और ये तीनों पार्टीज गिवर है. ये ट्रांजैक्शन क्या होगा? कैन आई से दिस ट्रांजैक्शन इज चेक रिसीव्ड एंड डिपॉजिटेड बट नॉट collected. Correct. Similarly, check on the credit side. There are 3 transactions, 3 different parties, by V and Company, by R and Company, by B and Brothers. They are appearing on bank account credit side. So bank is credited and all these parties are debited. Again, they all are personal account. What is rule of personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. They all are receiver and our bank is giver. So can I say transaction is check issued but not presented for payment. Correct. These are summary of the transactions. Correct. Instead of writing them individually, we can summarize them as a transaction. Next we come to passbook. You can see bank charges 100. So that's a simple and direct transaction. Bank charges charged by bank. Life insurance premium paid as per instruction. We would have given standing instruction to bank to directly pay life insurance premium. So it's as simple as that. And last is interest on government security received. So interest directly received in the bank. So no problem. Now we have identified reconciliation transaction. Now what do we need to do, guys? We need to now assign arithmetical sign. And that is where we, Zavris Professional Academy, have our USP. अलग अलग जगह आप देखोगे अलग अलग मेथड्स यूज की जाती है अरिथमेटिकल साइन असाइन करने के लिए. अगर हम 11th स्टैंडर्ड रिकॉल करते हैं, आप ही नहीं मैं भी जहाँ पढ़ता था वहाँ उसी तरीके से पढ़ाया जाता था. हमारे टेक्स्ट बुक में दिया होता है कि अगर स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ये है तो ये सारे ट्रांजैक्शंस को ऐड करो, ये सारे ट्रांजैक्शंस को लेस करो, और अगर स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट कुछ और है तो ये ऐड लेस करना है. और हमें हमारे टीचर्स कहते थे बेटा जाओ और रट लो. हमें कहा जाता था रट लो, और वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता था, बिकॉज अगर आप कहीं पे भी अटक जाते थे, भूल जाते थे, तो आपको याद ही नहीं आता था कि ये प्लस करना है और ये माइनस करना है, डोंट नो. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू मग अप एनीथिंग, वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड ईच एंड एवरीथिंग प्रॉपरली. माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, Zavre sir has invented one method which I learned from him and I'm passing on to all my students. And let me tell you, that is a foolproof method. There's no challenge to that method. You can never make mistake if you follow that method. Yes, it is little funny method, but no problems, we can manage it properly, correct? Just go along with me and do it with me. Now, the first transaction is check received and deposited but not collected, correct? So we'll take starting point as balance as per cash book, which is 56,100, correct? Now we'll assume that our left hand is cash book and our right hand is passbook. Are you understanding? Left hand is cash book and right hand is passbook. Before this transaction we will assume कि दोनों का बैलेंस सेम है. That means balance as per cash book is equal to balance as per passbook. ट्रांजैक्शन क्या हुआ है, एक चीज ध्यान रखिएगा, हम अकाउंट होल्डर बिजनेसमैन कौन सी बुक में एंट्री कर सकता है? कैश बुक में. बैंक किस बुक में एंट्री कर सकता है? पासबुक में. बस इतनी चीज ध्यान रखिए, जस्ट गो अलॉन्ग विद मी. ट्रांजैक्शन है चेक रिसीव्ड एंड डिपॉजिटेड बट नॉट कलेक्टेड. बैलेंस एज पर कैश बुक, balance as per passbook, they are equal. You have received check and you have deposited. आप किस बुक में एंट्री पास करेंगे? आपको चेक मिला है, किस बुक में एंट्री पास करेंगे? कैश बुक में. अभी कैश बुक में कैसा बैलेंस है? पॉजिटिव बैलेंस है, फेवरेबल बैलेंस है. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग? चेक रिसीव्ड एंड डिपॉजिटेड, ऑलरेडी फेवरेबल बैलेंस है और चेक डिपॉजिट किया है. व्हाट विल हैपन? लुक एट दिस, माय कैश बुक बैलेंस इज गोइंग अप. But is it cleared in bank? No. My passbook balance is still less. What is my starting point? Cash book. Ending point? Passbook. I will always go from starting to ending point. और मैं उसे क्या करूँगा? Less करूँगा. Sir, please can you explain again? Don't worry. We'll be doing a lot of transactions, lot of questions. You'll understand in the course. Now, check issued but not presented for payment. Okay, balance as per cash book. Again, left hand is your cash book, right hand is your passbook. Balance as per cash book, balance as per passbook. Check issued, आपने चेक इशू किया है. आप किस बुक में एंट्री पास करोगे? कैश बुक में. कैश बुक में अभी कौन सा बैलेंस है? फेवरेबल बैलेंस. सर कैसे पता चला फेवरेबल? ये देखिए क्लोजिंग बैलेंस कहां पे दिया है आपको? बाय बैलेंस कैरीड डाउन, इट इज गिवन ऑन क्रेडिट साइड, मतलब डेबिट ज्यादा होगा. और गाइस हमने देखा है व्हेन डेबिट इज मोर देन क्रेडिट एन अकाउंट इज सेड टू हैव व्हिच बैलेंस? डेबिट बैलेंस. सो कैश बुक डेबिट बैलेंस, टेबल नंबर 2, कैश बुक डेबिट बैलेंस, डेबिट इज मोर देन क्रेडिट, रिसीट इज मोर देन पेमेंट्स, मतलब क्या होता है? पॉजिटिव बैंक बैलेंस होता है, फेवरेबल बैलेंस होता है. ठीक है, बैलेंस एज पर कैश बुक, बैलेंस एज पर पासबुक. आपने चेक इशू किया है, आप किस बुक में एंट्री पास करोगे? कैश बुक में. कैश बुक में अभी कौन सा बैलेंस है? फेवरेबल. द मोमेंट यू हैव इशूड चेक, योर फेवरेबल बैलेंस गोस डाउन. व्हाट इज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट? कैश बुक. एंडिंग पॉइंट? passbook. What you will do? Add, because that check is not yet presented for payment. Okay, come to passbook. Bank charges charged by bank 100 rupees. It is recorded in which book? Passbook, but it is not recorded in cash book. Okay, so balance as per cash book, balance as per passbook, they both are favorable, they both are same. बैंक ने बैंक चार्जेस डिडक्ट किए हैं, बैंक ने किए हैं. बैंक किस बुक में एंट्री पास करेगा? क्या कैश बुक में बैंक एंट्री पास कर सकता है? नहीं. बैंक एंट्री कहां करेगा? पासबुक में. पासबुक में अभी कैसा बैलेंस है? फेवरेबल बैलेंस है और बैंक ने चार्जेस डिडक्ट किए हैं, फेवरेबल बैलेंस गोस डाउन. व्हाट इज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट? डोंट फॉरगेट कैश बुक. एंडिंग पॉइंट? पासबुक. हम हमेशा कहां से कहां जाते हैं? स्टार्टिंग से एंडिंग तक. तो हम क्या करेंगे? लेस करेंगे. वेरी गुड. लाइफ इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम पेड बाय द बैंक. ओके, बैलेंस एज पर कैश बुक, बैलेंस एज पर पासबुक. हु हैज पेड प्रीमियम? बैंक हैज पेड प्रीमियम. बैंक कैन एक्सेस विच बुक? कैश बुक और पासबुक? पासबुक में अभी कौन सा बैलेंस है? फेवरेबल बैलेंस है, बैंक ने प्रीमियम पे किया तो पासबुक का फेवरेबल बैलेंस कम हो जाएगा, बट कैश बुक में वो रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, तो कैश बुक का बैलेंस देखो अभी भी ज्यादा दिख रहा है. व्हाट इज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट? कैश बुक. एंडिंग पॉइंट? पासबुक. विल गो फ्रॉम स्टार्टिंग टू एंडिंग पॉइंट. तो हम क्या करेंगे? माइनस. एंड लास्ट, इंटरेस्ट ऑन गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज. बैंक ने डायरेक्टली इंटरेस्ट रिसीव किया है. चलिए देखते हैं क्या होगा. बैलेंस एज पर कैश बुक, बैलेंस एज पर पासबुक. बैंक ने इंटरेस्ट रिसीव किया है. बैंक ने किस बुक में एंट्री पास होगी? पासबुक. पासबुक में अभी ऑलरेडी कौन सा बैलेंस है? फेवरेबल बैलेंस है, और इंटरेस्ट लिया है बैंक ने, डिपॉजिट किया है. क्या होगा? लुक एट दिस, पासबुक बैलेंस इज गोइंग अप, बट इज इट देयर इन कैश बुक? No. What is starting point? Balance as per cash book. Ending point? Balance as per passbook. So what we will do? Add. So my dear friends, step number 1 is select the starting point. That we have already done. Balance as per cash book 56,100. Okay. Just a summary I'm writing over here. Detailed solution we'll see now. Step number 2, assign arithmetical signs. That we have already done. Step number 3, add or less all the reconciliation transactions. तो आप देखेंगे हमने यहाँ पे अरिथमेटिकल साइन असाइन किए हैं. तो 56,100 में हम ऐड क्या करेंगे? चेक कीजिए. चेक इशूड बट नॉट प्रेजेंटेड फॉर पेमेंट. सो प्लस 3,000 प्लस 7,800 प्लस 3,400 और कुछ प्लस है. सारे ऐड आइटम्स एक साथ लिखेंगे. यस, इंटरेस्ट ऑन गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज प्लस 3,000. We'll subtract all the minus items. Minus 15,500. Minus figures are written into bracket. Bracket represents negative figures. Minus 7,400. Minus 21,300. Minus 100. And minus 2,500. And that is how, after we get this calculation, we are going to arrive at balance as per passbook. Correct? Let's see and let's refer the detailed solution over there. This was the specimen what we have seen. In the same manner, we are going to prepare solution of question number 1. Bank reconciliation statement as on 31st January 2017. Balance as per cash book 56,100. Add check issued but not presented for payment. All the 3 checks. It's not necessary to write the names of the parties and dates. Just for the reference purpose. पहला क्वेश्चन इसलिए किया, और वैसे भी डाउन द लाइन, कम ऑन गाइस, हमारी सीपीटी की एग्जाम है और हमें क्या करना है? अक्कड़ बक्कड़ बम्बे बो, 80 90 पूरे 100. तो 4 ऑप्शंस होंगे, चारों में से जो करेक्ट होंगे उसे सेलेक्ट करना है. बट अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमारे पास होना चाहिए, बिकॉज जल्दी ही सीपीटी बंद होने वाला है और आने वाला है सीए फाउंडेशन. और सीए फाउंडेशन एग्जाम में अकाउंटेंसी का पेपर 100 मार्क का सब्जेक्टिव पेपर होगा. सो वहां आपको प्रेजेंटेशन अच्छे से करना है, कैलकुलेशंस अच्छे से करना है, वर्किंग नोट्स अच्छे से करना है. इसीलिए अभी से ही हैबिट डालिए. Then we have added interest on government securities. We subtracted all the check deposited but not credited, and then all the bank charges and LIC premium. Now, since in this question we have an option to select a starting point, because we know both the points, we know balance as per cash book also and passbook also. So our calculation states that balance as per passbook should be 26,500. Let us refer back our question and see is it matching or not. So if you see question, let's refer back and see is it matching or not. So if you see our question, it is matching 26,500. That means our solution is absolutely correct.